Dear brothers, we have heard during the introduction that what Pongal is. The word Pongal comes from the word Pongu, which means to overflow, to boil over, to surge up, and to spring forth. Now the question is, what is it that springs forth, overflows? That is gratitude. On this day we give our gratitude to God for the harvest through macrocosm and microcosm. Macrocosm, air, earth, water, fire, ether. And microcosm, all those people who are of goodwill, friends, well-wishers, who accompanied us during this journey. In the gospel passage we have heard how in Luke chapter 17 verses 11 to 19, the 10 lepers come to Jesus Christ for a cure. And Jesus keeps a physical distance and tells them, go and show yourselves to the priest. Because in those times the priests also were functioning as the health inspectors. On their way, they got cured. But one of them, a Samaritan, returned to Jesus, prostrated before him, and thanked him. Then Jesus asked a question. What about others? Were they not cured? Dear brothers, it is very clear that the Lord wants us to be grateful to all that we receive from Him. During this Pongal, this is what we celebrate, gratitude. The first day is Bogi Pongal. When you hear Bogi, do not think that this word is from Sanskrit or Pali. You go to the yoga class, there the teacher asks you, are you a Bogi or a yogi or a rogi? Bogi is the one who is given to senses, enjoyment. Rogi is the one who is given to the evil thought. And yogi is the one who is given to spirituality. That is not the meaning in which we use Bogi here. Bogi comes from the Tamil word Poki, means to discard. Because the goal of the first day is Palayana Kalidalum, Pudiyana Pugudalum. That means to discard the old and to enter into the new. Therefore, what do the people do? They clean the houses. They make the fire, the bonfire. And then they throw all the old things, old clothes, the things which are unused into the fire. In fact, in the law of building the houses and so on, they say if you keep certain things in your house for more than 1 year unused, then it starts emitting the negative energy. And this is going to drain your energy. This will paralyze you. Therefore, the people clean the house. And also they decorate the house. For example, the mango leaves and the sugarcane plants and the turmeric plants, they tie in front, and also they draw column, that is rangoli, in a colorful way. Dear brothers, it has got a significance. When we clean outside, our inside is cleansed. That is why in every formation houses, every monastery, and in every ashrams, every day there is manual work. Manual work is not merely cleaning the outside. When we clean the outside, the inside is cleansed. There is a Zen master called Thich Nhat Hanh, and he tells there are 2 ways to wash the dishes. One way is to have clean dishes, and another way is to just wash dishes. So that is what mindfulness. On this day, we thank the Lord for the rainwater as well as the subterranean water. In Genesis chapter 9 verse 13, the rain is connected with the bow, the rainbow. In the same way, in Tamil Puranas, rain is connected with Indra. Indra uses the sugarcane bow and also 5 long-stemmed flowers. So what is the meaning of it? Here we need to overcome our five senses using the reason directed towards the divine. When we do it, we will enjoy our life as sweet as sugar cane and as fragrant as flowers. That is the meaning. Then we come to the second day, that is called the Thai Pongal. Thai is one of the months, one of the 12 months in Tamil. Sittirai, Vaigasi, Ani, Adi, Avani, Protasi, Aipasi, Kartigai, Margadi, Thai, Masi, Panguni. In ancient times, Thai was the first month of the year, Tamil year. And now the Tamil Nadu government had made it officially that Thai month also is the Tamil New Year. Therefore, Pongal festival is called Tamil festival or the Tamil people's festival. Thai Pirandal Vali Pirakum, there is one saying. When the month of Thai is born, a way is born. On this day, people buy the new pot and then they boil the new rice with milk and water. When the moment comes where the water is boiling over, surging up, the household come together around the pot and then we shout aloud, Pongalo, Pongal, Pongalo, Pongal, meaning to say that the whole year there will be prosperity like the boiling over of the rice. Of course, the Christians have variations. In my place at home, we used to say Pongalo, Pongal, Moondu Rajakal Pongal. That means the three Magi Pongal. In some places say Pongalo, Pongal, Antoniad Pongal, St. Anthony's Pongal. In some places they say Pongalo, Pongal, Vanath Chinnapar Pongal. That is Paul the Hermit's Pongal. On this day, people come together in one place to the shrines and then they cook the Pongal there because the food also is called the Pongal and then they share among themselves. On this day, Pongal is offered to the earth first and then to the sun. Even in our own Christian tradition, God is called the sun. Malachi chapter 4 verse 2, it is said, God is the sun of righteousness. Shemesh Tzedakah, he will dawn upon us. In John chapter 8 verse 12 we read, Jesus says, I am the light of the world. One who follows me will never walk in darkness, but he will have the light of life. And we have heard the first reading taken from the book of Exodus chapter 3 verses 1 to 10, where God appears to Moses in the form of the burning bush. In the Gospel of Mark, chapter 9, verses 2 to 8, we see Jesus takes his close friends and goes up to the mountain. On Mount Tabor, he becomes like fire. His clothes were dazzling like white. Dear brothers, we need to enter into this fire. Then only we will be able to radiate this light to others. We will become fire that enkindles other fires. Then the third day is called Matu Pongal. Madu means cow or bulls, animals in general, small cattle as well as the large cattle. On this day, we give thanks to the animals. They accompanied us in the production of the grain. There is a Tamil Purana in which it is said the Lord Shiva had his own bull called the Basava. Once he sent the bull to the earth with a message. You go and tell the people every day they have to take oil bath and once a month they have to eat. But by mistake, Basava went and said, every day you have to eat. Once a month you must take oil bath. When the Lord came to know of it, he became very angry. Then he told the bull, since you made the mistake, you will be born upon the earth, work with the people and produce more food so that they will be able to eat every day. Therefore, what do? We give bath to the animal and then we paint the horn. We tie the tinkling bells around the horn. We garland the animal. We apply colors to the body of the animal. And then majestically, we accompany the animal to the village squares. Among the Christians, for example, in my village, I have done this because all of us in the village decorating the animal we go to the church compound. There the priest is there with the holy water and he sprinkles the animal, and then we go around the church, then we go back home and feed the animal with Pongal. Then with the saliva of the animal, after it has eaten the Pongal, we sprinkle that water in the cowshed, saying, Patti Peruga, Pal Pannai Ponga, Noyim Piniyum Teruvodu Poga. Patti Peruga, multiply and be fruitful. Pal Pannai Ponga, let the milk from the pot surge up. And Noyim Piniyum Teruvodu Poga, let the disease and poverty disappear through the street. On this day, actually we give importance to work, animal work. We also need to work. Therefore there is a saying, Setril Kal Vaikka Villayana, Sotril Kai Vaikka Mudiyadu, Kal Vaikka Mudiyadu. So actually the meaning is, the one who does not work has no right to eat. And also we say, Ulavukkum Tolilukkum Vandanai Seivom. We must worship farm as well as the work. And we know from our little saint, John Bergman's, Aje Kod Ajis, do what you are doing. Finally, we come to the Kanum Pongal. As we have heard, Kanum means going and meeting. On this day, we meet all the people of goodwill, and especially our relatives, near and dear ones. And some people go to the beaches, some people go to the park. At least in my village, what we do is, or in our area, in the evening, all the relatives come together to one family. And there, the head of the family gives one handful of Pongal to each one. And this is a joy for all the children. And then all the children go from one house to the other relative's house. There, the head of the family gives another handful of Pongal. So we go from one house to the other. So this is to establish and build up the relationships. Let me end with what Pope Francis tells. In Fratelli Tutti 2:23 and 2:24, he takes a passage from Galatians chapter 5 verse 22. They are the fruits of the Spirit. And there he picks up one word, kindness, and he gives the Greek word, Christotes. He tells we need to show kindness in the wider society through our words and deeds. Words, for example, he tells we should not use rude words to the people. On the other hand, we must use the words, thank you, please, excuse me, pardon me. And then with regard to deeds, he tells, this is what the word Christot is implying, instead of ignoring the people, instead of thinking that they do not exist, we need to take time to listen to each other. When we express this kindness in the wider society, there will be a new culture, and that will bring about the kingdom of God upon the earth. Let me wish all of you with the saying in Tamil, Pongum Mangalam Yengum Tanguga. That means the peace that is surging up within us, let it be on everyone and in every place. Happy Pongal.